Ladies and gentlemen, our correspondent Abdulrahman Al-Muhanna, who is covering the 45th GCC summit here in Kuwait. Abdulrahman has been closely following the developments and will provide us with a deeper insight into the discussions, key moment, and the significance of this summit for the Gulf. Good evening, sir, and thank you so much for working so hard for us and everybody else. Abdulrahman, can you hear me?
Well, good evening to you, Wasmi. Yes, I can.
Yes, sir. Dr. Adel Al-Manna is giving his regard to you, and he's asking you this. Could you tell us the latest update from your position?
Of course. First of all, good evening to you, Wasmi, and to your exclusive guest, Dr. Aid Al-Manna, and to the day viewers of KTV2. And I'm currently coming to you live from the Media Center organized by the Ministry of Information. And of course, there's been efforts executed by the National Guard and Ministry of Interior, as well as other ministries. As of now, we know that the summit has been concluded, and the final press also has taken place, led by the GCC Secretariat, Jassim Libdewi, and also led by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Abdullah Al-Muhanna, and countries, all the 6 GCC countries, their leaders and representatives have come together and have discussed pressing issues and challenges taking place in the Middle East, in the region, and even worldwide. Key outcomes have been taking place on matters such as on the Gaza, from Gaza to Lebanon, from Lebanon to Syria, from Syria to Yemen, and also to Sudan and other issues in the region. When we speak of the political files, it's high on the agenda. The GCC summit has touched upon these important political files and also reinforced their united stance, and in terms of giving international financial backings, and also reinforcing their stance in terms of giving any sort of help, whether it be it throughout the international institutions, the United Nations, in terms of pushing for more resolutions or stopping fire, whether it be it in Sudan or even Palestine, or even in any other countries. And we know that we have the facts. Statistics do speak that in Gaza, we have Kuwait and other countries have already provided medical aids and spent millions and millions, and our doctors have already traveled to Gaza and have contributed to the treatment of many of the wounded and unfortunately dead people in Palestine. And also, as we speak of that, also displaced families have been provided shelter, and that's not only exclusive to Kuwait, but also credit is given to other GCC countries such as the UAE and Saudi Arabia, as they spent millions and millions of dollars to Yemeni civilians as due to the war in Yemen. And the Gulf has acted as a mediator in terms of encouraging peace talks in Sudan for the warring parties to stop the war. So we've been, politically speaking, the GCC is a rising power politically. This is non-negotiable, and this is non-negotiable, and they've been playing an active role regionally and also globally, being integrated. That's in terms of the political side. And now moving more of culturally, there's been the GCC pavilion at Sheikh Abdullah Salim Cultural Center, showcasing a cultural landmark for the whole GCC accomplishment and aligning with the GCC summit. It's been open since November this month and will go until December the 13th, and it's open to the public of Kuwaitis and of course across the members of the and citizens of the GCC citizens. And now moving to one other important file on the agenda, the economic integration and the economic discussion generally. But the economic integration is a concept of high importance that have been discussed on the agenda. It's all about focusing on strengthening cooperation between GCC member states, and also not even internally within the GCC, but also GCC Secretariat, Jassim Libdewi, have already touched upon finishing the free trade agreement with China. So even moving even globally with the economy is of significant even globally with global partners like China as a big rising or have have already is a big global major power. So that is one thing. So when we speak of the major project that we have in Kuwait or in the Gulf region, we have the Custom Unions Law, which has been founded in 2003, and the main aim is to remove intra-GCC tariffs, and that would make some ease to the business entrepreneurs and other businesses to have free movement of goods and services, and then have more tariffs on goods exported from outside the GCC, which would boost the GDP.
That's wonderful, Abdulrahman. The more tariffs. When exactly we are going to tariff you? Thank you so much. You gave us a very briefing, and this is a wonderful information that you provide us. Stay safe, and we are looking forward to talk to you once again.
You did not let me finish with the latest report. That's
I would love to, but Dr. Aid Al-Manna is right here, and it's freezing cold in the studio. Yeah, okay. We need to warm him up. I cannot let him sleep like that. We have to work up with the whole thing. Thank you so much, Mr. Abdulrahman.